There literally is a boatload of Sonic remakes or fan envisionings that have been brought out in recent times that are all contributing to take their own spin on the Sonic universe. And while some of them do add some really interesting ideas, there are others that do stand out a lot more amongst a sea of different titles. This one right here, Sonic Redo, essentially would be classed as a remake of the original and very first Sonic game, but with a new coat of paint, with more realistic and modern graphics that on the surface feels very similar to the likes of Sonic Generations that originally would have been seen on the PlayStation 3, but even Sonic himself has a more modern look. And I have to say, from first glance, the graphics are extremely detailed. Out of all of the 2D style Sonic games that are currently out there, it's definitely for me one of the best looking that I've seen. But at the same time, it's not to say that it's without its flaws, because while this is an early demo build of the game itself, the control system isn't as responsive or as fluent as your typical Sonic game, and that can actually result in getting you killed and losing a load of lives if you're not careful, so you do have to spend a bit of time with it to try and figure out what's going on. Even regarding the level layouts themselves, while there is a lot of similarities and references from Sonic 1 itself, there are some subtle differences in different parts, just to add a bit more context and even a bit more of a challenge to the experience. And with the length of the demo itself, you play through the first 3 acts of the Green Hill Zone, right up until the Dr. Robotnik fight at the end. But due to the controls, you do have to err on the side of caution and implement different strategies just to get over the hurdle basically. No, but I have to say, like, very cool indeed. I can't fault it to a degree, apart from the controls, which can be fiddly, but visually it looks stunning, and even the sound effects and music work really well. I think if the controls are fixed and are more reflective of classic Sonic games in this style, I genuinely think that this could be one of the best Sonic fan made games that's currently out there, which I have covered in previous videos. You can check them out here on the screen, and there is even more to discover, which is incredible to think. There's so many different avenues and experiences to find out, so it might be worthwhile sticking around because you never know what you might see.